Hey everybody, it's Dr. Will Cole. We're here live in our Functional Medicine Health Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where we see patients around the world via webcam and phone consultations and patients locally in Pittsburgh here. More than half of our patients are done via webcam through the internet world. I love my job. I love getting to talk to people wherever they're at in their homes or at the workplace about their health and be a part of their health journey and get to the root cause of why they're going through health problems. So if you're new to our Facebook Live streams that we've been going pretty consistently here every Tuesday at 2 p.m. EST to talk about different functional medicine health tips, to give you good content on functional medicine. And for those of you who don't know what functional medicine is, check back on our old Facebook Live videos on our Facebook page to learn more about functional medicine. But it's evidence-based alternative medicine to get to the root cause of why people are going through what they're going through. They're digging deep. We're digging deep as far as looking at underlying issues like microbiome dysfunctions, gut dysfunctions, toxicity issues, hormonal imbalances, which is what we're going to talk about today, nutrient deficiencies, inflammatory issues, food intolerances, to get to the root core issues. And then we customize healthcare based on the individual. So instead of a cookie cutter, one size, take this medication for this appropriate diagnosis code, see you in 6 months, we want to find out why you feel the way that you do, which for most of us, we aren't feeling well because of a medication deficiency. So instead of just slapping the pill for the ill, that's what we say. It's super cheesy, right? Pill for the... Anyways, we want to get to the root cause of why you're going through what you're going through. And we use food as medicine. We provide recipes and meal plans tailored to your biochemistry, tailored to what your specific health issue is, as well as herbal and botanical medicines, lifestyle changes like stress management, physical activity, and medications when needed to really tailor a health experience for you. So we're dealing with people with hormonal problems, autoimmune inflammation issues, hormonal problems, specifically thyroid issues, adrenal fatigue, and female and male hormone issues, as well as digestive problems and brain conditions like anxiety, depression, brain fog, autism, etc. So we see patients around the world, and we offer a free webcam or phone health evaluation for people around the world. You can check more on that in the comment section below at drwillcole.com. So today, let's get into the meat of the matter today, and we're going to talk about the hormones and neurotransmitters that control our mood, that control our emotions. Research is very clear that people that are in healthy relationships tend to live longer, healthier lives. And there's some exciting research around the topic. And if you want more research on PubMed, a lot of it's in my articles that I've written and hyperlinked, referenced appropriately in the comment section below. But when you're in relationships can be tough, especially if you're going through things like hormonal imbalances or other health issues. So we want to enrich relationships by being your best, healthiest self. And when you're not feeling your best, healthiest self, it can do damage on your marriage, on your relationship, on your friendships. And we see this a lot, that the health problems that people are going through takes a toll on their relationships. They feel more isolated. They feel more irritable. They feel fatigued, so they don't want to go and do the things that they normally would want to do. So one of the top words I hear when I ask the question, what do you miss the most since you've been going through this health problem, whatever it may be? And the word is freedom. They can't do the things they want to do. They can't be in these enriching, healthy relationships that they want to be, because emotionally and mentally and physically, they don't have that freedom to do those things. So when it comes to our emotions, when it comes to our mood, biologically at least, it all comes down to hormones and neurotransmitters. So I want to kind of break down the hormones and neurotransmitters that are at play to make you feel the way that you do emotionally and mentally. So let's go through this. Let's kind of look at hormones and neurotransmitters as it relates to a romantic relationship, so marriages and romantic relationships at large. So the initial attraction, when you're attracted to somebody, that's due to the sex hormones testosterone and estrogen, not just Well, estrogen is broken down into 3 estrogenic isomers, E1, E2, and E3. So in functional medicine, we want to look at these root hormonal problems. And people that have low libidos, low sex drives, they typically are going to have lower testosterone, lower estrogen levels, or both, or an imbalance of both. So one of the labs we run is a full hormonal panel. It's typically a saliva test. We also have urine testing as well to dig deeper at these hormonal imbalances. For women that are having cycle issues, or we want to dig a little bit deeper as far as their specific hormonal problems, we run a full 28 cycle hormone test to find out, okay, your hormonal pattern may be normal some days, but then certain days on your cycle you're seeing dips in certain hormones or spikes in certain hormones. We want to track your specific hormonal imbalance and address those dysfunctions or imbalances accordingly. So the next sort of aspect of that romantic relationship physiologically that goes on is that the butterflies in your stomach, the feeling of fluttering, and you're feeling Twitter-pated like Bambi. Isn't that what that word's kind of made famous? Bambi, Thumper, the little rabbit. I have 2 small kids, you can tell. But the butterflies in your stomach, that's due to adrenaline and cortisol, and that's really down to what's called the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, or the brain-adrenal communication line, because your brain tells the adrenal glands through the HPA axis how to secrete these 2 hormones, cortisol and adrenaline. This is your fight or flight stress hormones. So when your heart's beating fast, you're in love, you just met somebody, you're in a new relationship, these things are typically spiking. These are also the dysfunctions that are found, this HPA axis, when there's a dysfunction there, it can lead to things like adrenal fatigue. People aren't feeling well, people are tired, and that is adrenal fatigue, something that I've written a lot about. I've struggled with it in the past as well. So if you want to learn more about adrenal fatigue, definitely check out our functional medicine perspective on that in the comment section below. The next hormone that I want to talk about, which is really a brain hormone, what we refer to as a neurotransmitter, is dopamine. Dopamine is released from the brain, and it kind of gives that high feeling off of being in love. So when they say love is a drug, they're not entirely wrong. This surge of dopamine can make relationships very addicting for some people, and for all of us to some degree. It's why people go back to relationships, and they need relationships to be optimally healthy. The next neurotransmitter I want to talk about is serotonin. This is interesting. Serotonin actually doesn't increase during the initial stages of a relationship. It actually decreases. So the decrease of serotonin at the beginning of relationships is actually, research has found, and again, all the PubMed medical literature is below in the comment section, but decrease of serotonin at the beginning stage of relationships actually makes people feel more obsessive. They get very clingy. They get very needy. This obsession actually has physiological roots there due to a decrease of serotonin, your happy, feel-good neurotransmitter. So this decreases at the beginning of relationships as sort of a physiological adaptation to the beginning states of relationships. And 1 to 2 years post the beginning of the relationship, 1 to 2 years into the relationship, you can see an increase of serotonin again, and that's when that honeymoon period tends to wear off. So from a physiological aspect, this is well documented in the medical literature. So let me talk about serotonin real fast. 95% of the serotonin, your serotonin levels, is made in your gut, stored in your gut. So looking at the gut-brain axis, which is a whole different video, which we probably covered in past videos if you want to learn more about the gut-brain axis, your gut is your second brain. 95% of your serotonin is made in the gut, stored in the gut. So for optimal brain health and in turn healthy neurotransmitters and hormones, you need a healthy gut. But that's a whole different topic, but something that we're looking at from a functional medicine perspective as far as mood and as far as brain health. The next neurotransmitter that I want to talk about is oxytocin. Oxytocin is released from your brain's pituitary gland. It is responsible for this sort of bonding experience. So when couples are bonded, they are attached to each other emotionally and mentally. That is due to oxytocin as well. And studies have also found that oxytocin increases monogamy in couples. So it actually increases couples staying together and being devoted and loyal to each other. It's due in part due to oxytocin levels. So this is really fascinating. People that are in relationships, they want to optimize their hormones, optimize their brain, neurotransmitters. They are going to want to get a baseline for what their individual issues are. So whether you are talking to your conventional doctor about this, typically they're not going to run these labs. Why? Because they're superfluous lab testing. They don't change medications. They don't even have medications for a lot of these issues. So they're going to say, you don't feel that well emotionally, take this antidepressant, go to see a psychotherapist, see you in 6 months, if ever again. But from a functional medicine standpoint, my job is to get to the root cause of why you're going through what you're going through, but also come up with customized, sustainable solutions to deal with these underlying issues. So some good general, again, we're all different, but some good general advice that I have to optimize your hormones and your neurotransmitters are in the kingdom of adaptogens. So this is the plant group that we talked about in the video last week, and I'm sure we'll put an article for more information in the comment section below. But a blend of adaptogens are really good, a way to be a good general maintenance way to balance healthy hormones, the hormones that we talked about just in this video. So for more information about this, you can check out the comment section below, as well as previous videos to learn more about this. But I'm a big fan of adaptogens from a general standpoint. Those of you that are going through significant emotional issues or hormonal problems, you may want to dig deeper into this and get your labs ran to get a baseline. So that's when we would do an expanded hormone panel to find out what your specific issues are. And again, we offer free webcam or phone health evaluation for people around the world, for people who are serious about this and want to find out what's going on in their case. Alright guys, we also have an awesome video class if you want to learn more about these issues. It's called Heal Your Hormones, Brain and Gut. As well as we also have another video class called Mastering Autoimmune Conditions and Inflammation with Functional Medicine. If either one of those piques your interest, you can check those out in the comment section below at drwillcole.com to dig deeper into the science and practical health tips to apply these things into your life. Alright guys, that's it. I wanted to give you a breakdown of these hormones and neurotransmitters that are responsible for people's emotions and their mood. Thank you so much for joining me. Join me back. Actually, I will not be here next Tuesday. I will be unable to do Facebook Live. But in 2 weeks, I will be back and we'll be here on Facebook Live. And alright guys, have a great day and we'll see you next time.